What is going on, everyone? This is Burke Nasty 54 Comics here, and
What is
let me
going
fix
on?
this. I'm going to be going live here. I am live. I'm going to be talking some variants and more, and whether they are worth it. I'm trying to get the comic night, the real comic night, on here in just a few moments. I invited him. We're having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, we can get him on here. This was his idea. So just give me a moment here and we'll get started. This is email. Okay, so a couple people aren't on yet. That's okay. Still waiting, trying to get the real comic night on here. Whoa. So I'm trying to get him on here. I don't know why it's not working. Hopefully we can get him on here. Like I said, we're going to be talking some variants and more. Hopefully here soon. He's asking why it doesn't work. What's up? What's up? Oh, I'm talking to myself. Oh, that was weird. Harry Comics, what's up? I'm trying to get the real comic night on here. We're going to be talking some variants and more. I don't know why his isn't working. I'll keep trying, see if I can get him on here. Let me invite him again. Let me try the other one. We're going to be talking variants. I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. Hopefully, we can get the real comic night in here. So some of the things we're going to be talking about tonight are variants worth it? Like when you go to the store every week, is it worth it to you to pay extra if the store is charging more to get the 1 of 10, 1 of 15, 1 of 20, 1 of 25, 1 of 50, 1 of 100? Or is it not worth it to you? Some places actually charge more just for the 1 of 1 variants. I know my LCS usually does. So, is it worth it? Other stuff we're going to be talking about are ratio versus the cost. Whether or not the cover artist matters to you, or you just want the variant. You just want to say, yeah, you just want the book because it's 1 of 100, it's 1 of 50. And do you always buy just the variant if you go weekly? And I don't want to compare costs for just it's not. It's trying to get the risk. It's trying to get the value, but it's continuous. I think it's just not going to work because what the heck, man? I got it's going on. Keep on here. There's two people listening. Um, so Let me see. Let me try something else here to get him on. Let me try something else here. I just sent you something on Instagram here, Comic Night. Hopefully we can try to do something here. Go ahead and check your Instagram. But yeah, this is actually his idea. He saw my video last week, I think, on variants, and I talked to Tony the Tactical, and we were talking about variants, and he also has a cover article. I'm trying to call you here on Instagram, but it says it's not working. I don't know what's going on here. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep going. When I go to school every week, I usually always use the variant unless there are my mic not coming through. Okay, let me turn it up. Yeah, I have my good mic at home. Let's turn it home at work. Necessary. Oh, it sounds, it sounds pretty muffled. Okay, let me speak closer. Hard to understand. Okay, so let me try more stuff here. Hey, Aria, Aria, can you go watch that in your room, please? Um, Let me try this again here. Control room. How does this? Does that sound better? I turn up the volume. So, like I said, we're talking variants. Better now? Okay, good. So, let me pull up my. I gotta blow my nose real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, this is sound live.
I know, right? Welcome, Perry and John Thomas. What's up, everyone? We're talking variants. We're trying to get the real comic night on here. Can you try to like open your phone and see if I can talk to you on there, and we can try to like do it still from like my phone to my computer, and we can still try to work this out. Comic night, let's try that. But like I said, when I go to my LCS every week, my LCS usually charges $1 extra to get the variant, and usually I'll pay it. Um, um, Especially if it's not for nothing. Okay. Especially if it is, I definitely say it, especially if it's like a Messina cover or a cover artist that I really like. Okay. Every time I try to call you, Comic Guide, it's not working here on Instagram. So I don't know what's going on there. Um, but I usually don't ever buy like the ratio variants just because the ratio cost is always so high. Like, I usually don't like to pay more than $8 for a new book. And that's another thing entirely that we'll talk about here shortly is the cost of ratios versus like keys. But I only have 3 ratio variants. Come back.
Hi.
She said that I'd get more viewers if she was on here. 1 in 25 and only purchase sometimes. Okay, so yeah, I have 2 1 of 25 variants. If people don't know what 1 of 25, do you know what 1 of 25 means?
No.
Okay, so 1 of 25 means you have to order 25 copies of a book. I'm talking to you too. 1 of 20, you have to order 25 copies, and then if you do that, they will give you an extra book. So I have 2 Um, Power Rangers number 2. This is a Green Ranger Zord variant. And then I have Power Rangers number 7, the White Ranger Tiger Zord variants. Those are 2 out of the 3 only ratio variants that I have. The other one is Go-Go Power Rangers number 1 of 10 variants. Those are the only 3 ratio variants that I have. I was able to get this one just for cover price for my LCS. These other ones I got for like $20 each. So part of what I do. You're making me nervous.
Where does it say how many people are on here?
It says there are 5 people watching, 4 people other than me, of course.
Do I need to leave?
So as you can tell, I'm a big Power Rangers fan. I got these 3. I used to have these 2 last year. I had them signed by JDF, but I sold them. But I had to have 2 more, so I went and got 2 more. I still have my issue 0 that I had signed by JDF and a picture that I had with them. So I'm a big Power Rangers fan, as you can tell from all these Power Ranger books, and considering these are the only ratios that I have. Try the chat again, but Insta, so we can just okay. Well, still trying to get the comic night on here, so hopefully I can get this working. Some of my favorite cover artists. Let me try this. We talked about last week, but Matina is definitely up there. The Power Rangers Gani Montez is up there. He's the one who did these ones. I really like Jim Lee. Who are some of the other ones that I like? Dude, what's up? Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? There we go. Okay. So I got the real comic night on here. Finally, this is gonna have to. This
My
is.
apologies. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. I tried to get on about an hour before. To get it going. So, yeah, sorry guys.
So we got the real comic night on here. This is the real comic night. What's up, everyone? We got Perry, Comic Face Off. We got John in the house. We got my wife in the house. So I kind of talked about my intro, just about variants and not how I'll spend an extra dollar or so to get them. But after that, I usually don't like to spend more than that. What are your thoughts?
Like that. That's pretty
I never checked it. I just know that. I'm trying to check to see if the sound is working. They said the sound is bad. So I'm trying to put you close to the mic here. I don't have an extra mic. I left it at work. Um, well, it's fine. I understand. Maybe the Canadian technology up there. It's just different, man. I don't know what's going on here. Comic exclusive here. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll keep talking to you. I'll probably finish the show and we can do another one or something on another topic. I was really looking forward to being on your channel, man. I'm trying to get as many followers as possible. No, I get it. I got it. I appreciate it, dude. Okay, so I guess his stuff is not working. That's okay. I'll try to make this not so long. If anyone wants to join me, they can. I can send out a Google Hangouts invite. John, I'd love to have you on. I've never had you on before, so John wants to join. Doug went in my microphone. Okay, so everyone is saying there's something wrong with my mic. Can you just a second here? Let me see what I can do. This is my work computer, but my daughter uses it a lot. So give me just a second. Yeah, there is some stuff on top of the computer. Let's see if this helps at all. Okay. How does that sound? I'll try to talk a little bit louder. Yes, John, I would love to. Yeah, I need to get a new microphone. I had a wireless mic that I used the first time, but I left it at work. So I did not bring it home. Here in the Midwest, the weather has been crazy. There was a couple snow days in a row because it was so darn cold that I didn't want kids standing outside where they get frostbite. Very loud. Okay, well, do you want me to? So it's either too loud or too muffled. Okay, I'll try to go in the middle. Okay, I'll try to talk that again. Okay, is that better? Does it sound better? Does it sound any better? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, kind of that. I was looking forward to being on the show, man. There you go. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'll just talk normal then. Okay, so I was talking about how when I go to the store every week, I have no problem paying $1 more to get the variant. But anyway, after that, I don't really like to get it unless it's something I really like. Like I said, I have three ratio variants. I got a Power Rangers. This is number 7. This is amazing. Power Rangers issue 7, White Tiger Zord variant. Power Rangers issue 2, the Dragon Zord variant. Both of those are 1 of 25. Okay, well, maybe I should just end the show here, and I'll just wait till I have a better mic because I guess it's not working very well for everyone. Other one was Power Rangers 1 of 10. Go Power Rangers 1 of 10. We can try to reschedule. Oh, it says I did fix it? Okay. So like I said, the comic guy was telling me that he has no problem paying 25 or 50 for his ratio variants, and unless I really like it, like the Power Rangers, I'm not gonna pay $25 for a 1 of 25 variant. It's just not something I want to do because for me, I'd rather save that money. Hey, what's up, the Comic Queen? Jill, John, Barbarian. John, I'd love to have you on, man. If you want to join, I'd love to have you on. It's going in and out now. I don't know what the deal is here. I'm sorry about that. But like I said, I'd rather save my money on like 25 to 50 bucks if it is 125 or 150 for a seat. Sure. Okay, so John, go ahead and DM me your don't touch anything. I'll try not to. John, go ahead and DM me your Gmail, and Go ahead and DM me your email, and I'll send you the invite. Hopefully, we can talk. There it was. Our internet here is garbage here in Kansas. So, like I said, I'd rather take $25 here to use it on a key. I'm going to show some of my favorite. This is golden. Sorry. I don't know what I'm. Let me see if I can turn on the sound. Oh, yeah, that is weird. Huh. Okay, I think I fixed something. I think I fixed it. Hopefully that works. I had the mute on my computer somehow, and it was still working, I guess. Yeah, I need to get a gaming headphone, I guess. I have, like I said, I have a lapel mic that I was using, but I left it at work because I'm a journalism teacher, and I bought it for work. But since I use my own money, I was going to use it, obviously, myself. I'm going to invite John in here, and I'm going to show some of my favorite, some of my favorites. I don't know what's going on with the sound, man. I'm sorry. Some of my favorite variants that I have. So before I show some of those, I was looking at some high price variants. And so there's two that I want to talk about. Well, there's four. There's a whole bunch I want to talk about, but two specifically that have come out that has come out in the last year or so. First, we have Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1, the one of 100. I don't have it. I don't have I don't have either one of them. I just wanted to talk about it. So that book, I remember before it came out, I saw the cover, and it is gorgeous. It was on that thumbnail that I made for this live stream. And it was, I think it was going for 100 or 150 like a week or two out. But as soon as Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1 came out, it jumped from a $150 book to a $600 book, and it is still staying there. I just went and looked. What's up?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
It's Friday. I'm done with work, right? It's
Yeah.
a good time.
Did you have to work today? Because I only had to work a couple times this week.
No, I definitely had to work. Although it was a fun day. My students, we read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory like every year, and then we do a big like chocolate party, and we watch the Gene Wilder movie. So it was like chocolate all day.
That's awesome. What grade do you teach?
3rd grade.
I couldn't do it, man. I've subbed for that grade, but I could not do it.
I have Arrested Development, and I think that's right where my mental abilities have peaked.
Oh, so. Hey, Aria, come here. Aria. She loves your girls. We watched your show last week.
I love them too.
Yeah. Let me go get her real quick.
Sure. Kate, you want to come say hi? Kate's working on a report. Everybody, just so you know, I got 2 books in the mail today. I'm happy to show. Stay Puft's here. Julie Jill's here. Biggie Shaq. Oh. Can you say hi to Aria?
Hi, Aria.
So there's nothing wrong with her forehead. This is just coloring on herself.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, we have pictures of Kate where she did Sharpie all over her face. Don't do that. Kate colored her whole face with a permanent pen like this one, and she had it was all over like makeup, and it took a long time to come off.
So let's try not to color on ourselves, okay?
Yeah, Kate learned she doesn't do that anymore.
Do you want to ask them how old they are?
How old are you? I'm 8 and Kate is 11. I'm 4.
You're 4?
Wow.
You look so big. Are you a big girl?
Haircut.
You got a haircut? Do you like it?
Yeah.
It was getting like down to like halfway down her back.
And guess what?
What?
I'm gonna go to swim lessons.
Oh, swimming lessons? These girls are fish. They love to swim.
Do you like to swim?
Yeah.
She can like jump off of like the diving board and swim to the side. It's pretty, yeah.
That's a big girl.
And I can go down the slide.
Oh, that's the fun. That's fun.
All right, do you want to go back and watch your show while Daddy finishes this thing?
Can I play with the gas?
You want to play with the girl? Well, I don't. Well, we live in Kansas and they live in California, so
That's a long ways.
That's a long ways.
But they'll say goodbye and blow kisses.
Bye.
Oh, such a cutie. That's awesome, dude.
Okay, so do you have any ratio variants, John? Or what are your thoughts on variants?
It's a great topic, and I'm super glad that you're doing it. I generally will not shell out for a ratio variant, and I'm really against like online exclusive variants. It's kind of like it irks me in a big way that you can't just get it at your shop, because it cuts out that brick and mortar, and anything that does that irks me. I won't say I don't have any, because I've been gifted some, or I've seen them pop up at an LCS where somebody's gotten it and they've put it on their wall, and I'm like, okay, now I'm supporting this. But I don't want to go. Like we're big Art Germ fans, you know that, at this house. But the second he set up that website, I was super disappointed. I was like, God, we have another one of these J. Scott Campbell guys who's basically just setting up shop online, and they're going to pump them out over there. And if you want the signature and you want the verification and you want whatever, now you got to, hustle yourself over there. And I'm not saying the prices are bad. I'm sure their prices are somewhat reasonable, but I feel like it kills the nature of it for me. And I lose my interest. Now, I buy variants, but I'm going to buy the in-store ones. So like when it came to Daredevil, I went Scotty Young. I got that Scotty Young variant.
Oh.
It cracked me up. And my girls, they love the Scotty Young. But I like the way DC does it. And I think a lot of people do. A lot of people are praising the fact that they have a solid cover A, a fun cover B, and that's pretty much it. And they're not, unless it's Batman 1000 or Detective Comics 1000, they're not pumping them out like crazy. They occasionally have people like an Art Germ who have their own online store or whatever, but I just really like the way they do it as a model, I think, and it's something to be looked at. And I'm disappointed that Marvel hasn't caught on to it, but whatever.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm not a fan of, like I said, paying extra money for the ratio variants. The only ones I have are, like, it seems like Boom Studios, like, they pump out, like, I think just for like issue 1, 2, and 3 and 0, there was probably 15 variants. It seemed like there's regular cover, there was an action figure variant, there was a 1 of 25, 1 of 50, 1 of 100, all these different things, and they're all cool. But I mean, my LCS can't get any of them outside of just a regular cover.
Sure.
So, and I want to support my LCS just like you said. So I mean, there are 2 books that I want to get that are ratios, but I have to get online because my LCS can't get them.
Yeah, and most shops can't. I mean, most shops, unless they subscribe to J. Scott Campbell's store, and I do have an LCS that's like, a good hour for me, but like they are J. Scott Campbell crazy, and they get his whole, every time there's a new big drop, they get it, and you can go by there, and he's got them on the wall. If that was your thing, but for me, it floods the market for me, and then his covers don't mean as much. Whereas an Alex Ross and you look at his cover A's for Immortal Hulk, I'm buying that every time. Like that,
they're amazing.
That's what it should be like. Or inversely, those Catwoman, I've been enjoying the Catwoman run. You have Joel Jones doing great cover A's and Art Germ running great cover B's. I thought that run of whatever 6, 7 issues was lights out, and you could have been safe with either cover. It was really good stuff.
I love Joelle Jones doing her own writing and drawing at the same time. They're amazing, and like I said, I love all the A and B covers for DC, and everyone's been getting the B cover here for DC. So my LCS guy has been charging $1 more, which is fine because he's obviously going to sell more of them, and I'd rather spend an extra $1 for it.
And if it covers the cost of him having to get a bunch of the cover A, because most of the time you have to carry both, you can't just carry one, then at least it keeps them going. And the other thing is for me, so like some people are saying getting some of those exclusives, everybody has that one low print run book. They're like, God, I really want to get that Art Germ. For me, it's the Virgin Variant Thor 705, like the death of Lady Thor, or whatever you want to call her. The one that's Art Germ, she's taking the mask off.
Yeah,
and, you know,
yes, I've seen it.
That Virgin cover, which was stores could buy it, but it was like a 1 in 20 or something like that. I want to get that eventually. But at the same time, like the lion's share, I really do skip, because when I'm talking about, oh, that's $100. I went to a Comic-Con and I got Daredevil 4 for less than $50, or that's less than $40. I would rather get like 3 of these.
Okay, so that leads me into the next thing where I was going to talk about. So I started talking about it.
Because it becomes a choice, right? Where are you putting your money? And at some point, it's like, I know Daredevil 4 is going to hold that value for me, but I don't buy it for, it's freaking a yellow suit Daredevil. That's why I'm buying that. And I would rather put money there, personally. Sorry, I almost dropped a language word. Sorry.
So that's what I started to talk about. So you have that Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1, that 1 of 100 variant. That's just beautiful, but $600.
Yeah.
I looked it up recently, $450 to $600, somewhere in there. So I started looking up what other books could you buy that would probably hold their value longer over the next 50 years for the same price. You got the first Harley Quinn. What is that? Batman Adventures 12. You get the CGC 9.4 or higher for the same price. You can get the first Poison Ivy CGC 6.0 or higher.
Ooh.
You can get Batman 232, the first Ra's al Ghul, at a 7.0 or higher. All of these graded. You can get a Detective 359, which we both want, at a 5.0 or higher, at the same cost of this Spider-Gwen that just came out.
Right.
I have 2 more. I'm not going to keep going.
No, I mean, you could, because I got my giant size X-Men for about that much.
Yeah. See, and that's going to hold value for the rest of your life.
And it means more to me than that cover, which I might lose interest in a couple weeks down the, or a couple months down the road.
Yep.
And I know that Biggie Shaq was saying some of the same things about variants and how he feels about it. And yeah, it's hard because there are great variant covers out there. I just think, like you're saying, once it's a $600 purchase, how many of them are going to hold that price? You know, how many of them will stay that way forever? At one point, you know, are they going to matina on you, right? All of a sudden, some news comes out where you're like, oh, and now that cover that you dropped $600 for might be worth $100 or less.
Exactly. I mean, the only variant that I can think of that's like a ratio variant that's held its value, and it's not even that old, is Supergirl 23, the Adam Hughes variant.
Oh, yeah, the one she's on the Comet.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's the only one I can think of that's held its value.
Well, and some of them will go way up. Some will have a steady value, like this is going to be $100 variant and it stays at 100. But I don't like dropping that kind of money for a modern book. I've only done it a few times in my life. I did it for the Edge of the Spider-Verse 2. I was like, okay, I knew that I was getting a good deal because I was buying 2 of them. And he like cut me a price. And later I flipped one of them and it paid for the cost of buying both.
Wait, hold on. Did I hear you say you got an Edge of Spider-Verse #2 variant? No. Oh, okay.
No. Okay. But I'm saying for buying a modern book, like I don't want to buy that much money on a modern book. It stresses me. That stresses me out on a modern book. Yeah. And when you're talking about hundreds of dollars on a modern book, it makes me nervous because you just don't know what's going to happen with it. You know, I know. There's no consistency over long term because you don't have a long term graph for something like that. You've only got short term.
And there's another book that's not a variant, but its price is crazy and it's held its value, and that's Detective 880 just because it's a jock cover. I mean, they're going for, I think I saw a CGC series for like $800 at a 9.8, which is just crazy to me.
I agree. Hulknuts and Comic Head 84 have some great comments about the high price variants or the fact that variants come down. I think that there's a heat right at the beginning. You talk about that newest Harley Quinn variant, the like anime side, horizontal on a motorcycle variant, right? That's super hot right now. But how long will it stay hot? If you're lucky enough to get it at a reasonable price, because I think it wasn't like a rare, right? It was a cover B, right?
It's cover B.
Yeah, so you can get that for cover price.
Regular price today, actually.
And it's popping right now. And you could easily flip that, which would be totally fair. Like, why not? You were able to find one at your shop. You were there early for whatever reason. It worked out well, or your LCS saved it for you. You flip it. You make significant money that you can put into a book that you do love that will last, a lot longer. And obviously, like most of us don't have the money to invest in books that we don't love. Yep. We're just going to buy the ones that we do love. But I see that if I'm going to be putting in hundreds of dollars on a modern book, I really need to love the book or know that I can do something with it later on. And that's what that Edge of Spider-Verse 2, it wasn't the variant, but it was like I bought 2 of them going, this is stupid money. Like, it's a modern book. Why am I doing this? I don't necessarily love the character. I like the character a lot, but like not that much. not that many hundreds of dollars for it. Right. But then luckily this year obviously was really good for that character. And I could sell one of them and recoup the cost of both and be like, okay, now I got one of these. Basically, I just look at it like I got one of these for free. I don't know how. This magically fell in my lap, but I got one.
That's exactly what I do all the time. I got a Secret Wars number 8 that was like a 9.0 for like $27, and then I got a Titans 44 for like $20. And so that was, I think after shipping, it was like $60. And then I just resold the Secret Wars 8 because I already had one for like $65 or $70. So I got the Titans 44 for free.
That's a great way to look at it. And I generally feel like you buy your book or you trade books or whatever, and you build up a little money to work with. And then it's a matter of like, most guys that I've talked to when I'm buying books from friends or from dealers or whatever, they're always willing to deal if you're getting more than one book, right? You're going to be like, oh, I'm buying these 5 books. Can we? So it's almost like, okay, I'll buy a little bit more, knowing that if I can sell 2 or 3 of them and recoup some money, now those other books have basically become almost free to me. Yep. And, these other books that I'm holding on to have covered the costs.
I know Carlito Classico, he bought like, I think I want to say 10 or 7 of those Batman Damned number 1s. And he sold all
really
of them
well on that deal.
For like $80 a piece, and he bought them at cover price.
And talk about a book that's done up and down and up and down. Like it spiked again not too long ago, I think, from what I was watching on eBay. But the truth is, buy what you like. I mean, I liked that story. I liked that book. I was glad I bought it. I almost wanted to rush back and buy it, but by then it was like, no, there's no way I'm going to find one of these in the wild without paying an arm and a leg. So I was just glad I bought one because I liked reading it. It was enjoyable.
Well, the girls aren't here anymore. Why? But you can come back and see everyone. I'm sorry. She really likes attention. She's got a brand new.
I totally understand.
Go ahead and throw your swimsuit.
Oh, look at you. I see little fishies on there. I see. Is that a kitty with a tail?
It's a kitty mermaid.
A kitty mermaid? What?
Oh,
that's too cool.
All right.
Charlie wants to see a kitty mermaid. She's coming in to see
Charlie's coming.
Kitty mermaids. And then there's jellyfish. Yep. And that looks like a Garibaldi.
What's his name?
This is
Charlie.
Charlie. And my other daughter is Kate.
Hi, Charlie.
What are you making?
I'm gonna make cool papers with cool colors.
Oh, she's coloring.
Oh, you like to color, right? Tell her who you were coloring yesterday.
I was coloring LOL doll.
A doll?
LOL doll.
Oh. What are you coloring, Charlie? You want to show? She's making fun papers.
She's making like cool different colors mixed together.
This one says nature.
Oh, that looks like a rainbow, right?
Yeah, and I also have one of those papers too.
You do?
Yeah.
It's fun, right? Coloring's the best.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
I used to eat candy all the time.
It's
Oh,
candy's good. My students, I smell like chocolate. Don't I smell like chocolate?
It smells good.
All day long. I was stirring chocolate and pouring chocolate,
Did you
and
eat any?
I can't. I'm actually allergic to chocolate.
What?
I can't eat it. I can touch it and smell it and all that stuff. I just can't eat it. I get hay fever.
She's allergic to chocolate, oranges, and mushrooms. So I can't have any.
Yeah.
You want to see my bag?
No, we'll do that later. All
I
right.
don't think the camera will go all that way. All right.
Bye, Charlie.
Bye, John.
Bye. You
Charlie,
said bye.
do you know where any punches are?
All right, John, come on.
Mommy's got those stashed away, I think.
Bye, Charlie.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a few more things here. So I went to eBay today, and I just searched variants, and then you can go click on sold listings, and then you can change the sorting to the highest price.
Yo, yeah.
So I went and found the highest price variant sold within, like, I think it's the last 3 months or something, whatever it is. There was a Batman 608 retailer.
Oh, the one where he's standing and doing the like pose with his.
And like half of his face is like, yeah. $4,000.
What?
CGC 9.8, obviously, but $4,000, and there was like 4 of them. They're all between like 3,000 and 4,000.
Yikes.
There was a Spider-Man 678. That's the Mary Jane Venom cover.
Yeah.
$2,600, which is actually lower than it. I had seen it before, like $3,400.
Like, you start getting the sweats.
Yeah, I know, right?
It gives me the sweats. Honestly, when I spend $100, I stress. So, like, you talk thousands of dollars, and I'm just like, nope.
Yeah, I can't shake my head fast enough.
I know that I've spent a lot of money the last year, and people are like, you're spending way too much. And I am definitely spending way more than I should be spending. But you talk about, anything above 100, and I start getting nervous.
So Bake asked if was Ultimate Fallout variant on there. Yes, it was. Ultimate Fallout number 4, the 1 of 25 variant, $2,000.
Oh my God.
$2,000.
I was perfectly happy to go into one of my LCSs and just get the regular cover A and drop whatever it was, $35 back when it was in May or whatever. That's reason. Again, that's my wheelhouse. That $40 range is where I live. I like $40 books. Anytime I could talk somebody down, like I posted on my Instagram Taskmaster today, and the guy had it for $40, and it was a pretty beat. If you zoom in, it's got a lot of dings and stuff. I talked him down to like $20 or $15, something like that, because we were dealing on a couple books. That's my wheelhouse. I work. That's where I work. I can't. You get me above $100, it's gonna take me a while to commit.
Yeah. Well, so I had Miles Morales first appearance of Ultimate Fallout 4, just regular cover, and I sold that because I wanted to get a graded book because I didn't want to send it in. I didn't know what grade I was gonna get. I don't want to take a chance.
Sure.
Well, I just bought one. It should be here anytime. I don't know if it got lost. Okay, all right. Anyway,
so you did buy a graded one. And what was the grade you bought?
9.4. Should be here any day, and I got it for $118, and I sold my other one for $80.
Nicely done.
So
nicely done. The one I bought was still in the poly bag, but you can see through the bag, and you can see that it's got a little spine ding or whatever. So it's not like the bag was really doing anything for it. It's not like it was protecting it in any way. Whatever.
Go get in the bath. Yeah. So I took mine in a poly bag, and I had it actually pressed twice by Comic Book Pressing on Instagram. And it actually turned out really well. I think it was probably the same grade. It was probably a 9.4, but I didn't want to chance it. You know what I mean?
How do you like my haircut?
It's very nice. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Can you still put it in a ponytail?
No.
No.
The only other high price variant, there was a few other ones, but I didn't really recognize. I don't think anyone else would have. The other one that everyone would recognize was the Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 variants. And that was $2,500.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? So I made a list of all the books you could have gotten for for in that price range or less. Batman 121, 4.5 CGC.
Oh my God.
Hulk 181,
Oh.
4.5 CGC. Giant size X-Men 8.0.
Dude, that's a no-brainer in my opinion. And I honestly, for me, this is the way I think, right? I'm like, okay, there's that money. I don't just move it over to another book. I move it over to like 20 books, right? $2,000, that gives me a lot of $100 books.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel too, you know? The other ones on there was Journey into Mystery 83, CGC 3.0 or higher. Brave and the Bold 28, CGC 2.5 or higher. Showcase 22, CGC 4.0 or higher. That's Thanatos' book.
Wow, wow, wow.
So all of those you could have gotten instead of any of those variants that I mentioned.
Well, and I made a big deal about buying at Christmas this year. My dad and my family chipping in and helping me out to get this set of books from a friend of mine. And they definitely helped me put together a group of money that was not $2,000, but enough that I felt like, dang, I could never afford this on my own. And we ended up getting like 15, 20 books for it.
Yeah, your books that you got for Christmas are awesome.
And they're all beat. Like, no, I'm not getting any 9.8s or anything. Although there was that 9.6 Bay rated bill.
Right.
But other than that, it was a lot of non-graded books or low-graded books. But if I sell one of those Poison Ivies and I get $100, I've made a little profit on that book. And somebody got a pretty good book for $100. And if I do that a few times, now I've got a nest egg. I want to work that within my collection. And I can't do that if I just drop 2,000 on that 181. You get that 181, it's going to look great on my shelf or whatever, but I'm not going to be able to then use any of that funds for something else.
Right.
You know?
Mom, can you come get her, please?
She's awesome. You're doing a great job, sweetheart.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. But Ari, we're trying to talk here. You're being kind of loud. Hey, I did want to show something, John.
Yeah.
A few things, actually. Here, let's go see Mom, please. Wait, Mama's calling you. Hey, she might have a present for you. Okay, so I wanted to show this variant. It's the only variant that I have graded. You saw it on Instagram earlier this week. I got this for $28.
Man, that looked good.
I don't know.
$28 is just, that's stupid cheap. It costs more to grade it.
So it was $14.99 plus $12.99 shipping, and I just put in $15 just to see what would happen. I didn't even put anything higher. I never re-raised.
Right.
And I just checked my phone later. You won this item. Please pay. I'm like, sweet.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah, it does cost more than that to grade it. And then I was going to show a couple of my favorite variants that I have. Like I said, outside of the ones I already showed.
Do you have a CGC account? Do you send books off?
No, I don't.
Me neither. But at some point, TJ Watson's going to force me to do that.
You know, I thought really hard about doing the one with Reggie. I just haven't done it yet. And I don't know why. I know I'm going to get some books signed and graded at Planet Comic Con next month. I'm actually going to get Joe Mankey, the artist for DC. I want to have him sign a Green Lantern number 20 book because he's the cover for the first Jessica Cruz. And I'm going to have him sign Batman 635 because he did the interior artwork for the first Jason Todd Red Hood.
Oh, Jason Todd, I'm sorry.
So and I know, and also at the same con, I'm going to have Kevin Eastman sign my Raphael #1 and get it graded. So I already know I'm going to have 3 books I'm going to get graded there, so I might as well just wait and do it there. I don't know. Who knows?
Right.
So let me show some of my favorite variants. I have. It shouldn't take very long. I'll try to go quickly.
Yeah, I didn't pull any variants out, so I can't help you out on that one.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Batman 48. This is a sketch cover. I think I want.
That's a great one. Is that Cho?
I want to say it's Frank Cho.
This it's right underneath her foot or near her foot.
With all the lines and whatnot. He did all those Harley Quinn covers. I want to say this next one is an Art Germ cover. Batman 49.
It is. Yep. It is.
I had a Batman 50 Warren Lau. I want to get another one because his artwork is amazing. But he's another one of those J. Scott Campbell guys that has his own website that sells all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not against them having it. Like I understand for that artist, it's going to fund his lifestyle, and he's going to have a totally different exposure level and all these things. And I respect the decision. It just, as a consumer, I'm turned off by it. I don't want to oh, I got to go to the Campbell site to get his variant. I got to go to Art Germ's website to get his variant. I got to go to Midtown Comics and get their variant. And then I go to my LCS. I don't know what I'm buying there anymore.
Yep, I agree. And so I've already said who one of my favorite cover artists are. Matina. I love this cover because it's got both Nightwing and Batman on it.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's gotten a lot of grief lately. I'm still happy with my whole Batman run that he did. I'm really, enjoying those. It's a shame. I mean, I'm sad about it. But he's. I guess the biggest frustration for me is he's clearly supremely talented. So just
insanely talented.
Do your stuff, right? Do you like? Come on, man.
I still think probably 95%, 98% is his own work. But it's always people only care about just that little bit. It's like if you're working in a retail store, you can do 99 out of 100 transactions right, but if you mess up one, everyone gets pissed.
Yeah, and I think all he needed to do to get away with it was just own up on those ones and tag the person. Because I saw some great McFarlane ones where it was clearly a McFarlane underneath, but somebody had layered on and done some really cool stuff, and all they just said was, Tedesco by McFarlane, and it was like done. That's it. That's all you got to do. Out the respect, and that's it. And people would not have cared at all because lots of artists do it. That was my frustration.
Oh, the homage or homage. I don't know which one you say. Which one's politically correct.
It depends on if you want to be French or not that day.
I guess. But yeah, people do it all the time.
I got one of my books for this year. Oh, sorry. Do you want to show one?
Go ahead.
I got 2 books in the mail today. One because TJ was telling me I need to read it, and I had never read it. This is the X-Men graphic novel, God Loves, Man Kills. I don't know if anybody's seen this. It's like large magazine size. There were several of these that came out that Marvel did in I want to say the early 80s, including Death of Captain Marvel was one of these. But I heard great things about this Claremont book. So I snagged one of these. I told him I'd never read it. And he's like, dude, you're an X-Men fan. You need to go get that. Nice. So I got one of those, and the same guy had one of my 2019 like super cheap I Just Want One books, which is the Alex Ross Green Lantern cover for Green Lantern 1, which I really loved the graphic novel. The trade for this storyline, No Fear. But I was like, that's my vision of Hal Jordan, like just to a T. I love a lot of other artists, but freaking that's Hal Jordan right there. Just
I love it.
So if ever there's a mental picture in my mind of Hal Jordan,
it's him right there. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know who did this one, but the only reason I like it is because, and I've shown this before, it goes with this. The Heroes #2 variant. Yep. They go together because this is the first book I remember reading as a kid. So that's why I love this variant. Actually,
I got all the Polaroid variants in that run. I think they're so cool, and I'm super curious as to who will be on the other Polaroid variants to finish.
I know, because there's 4 more coming.
Somebody said that one of them is going to be Harley dropped in the vat, like coming out of the vat, like whenever she got Jokerized or whatever.
Right.
And I'm assuming one of them has to be Barbara Gordon getting shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But that still leaves 2 others that I am just absolutely lost on. Somebody said that there was a superhero murder that I totally forgot about, and I don't even know. Like one of the Flashes or somebody, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Somebody said that they thought that was a Matina cover.
I don't think so. I could look. Here, let me actually. I want to say it's Tom Maroney or something. Maroney?
You're talking about the Polaroid variants? Yeah, I'm not sure.
It is.
I just dug the style of them. They all look so cool, like little folders you'd imagine on somebody's desk. And then together, when they're all laid out, they look really bitchin' too. I got I like like theme covers, so I get a lot of the connecting covers. I got the whole Marvel Knights connecting covers series, which is really cool. And yeah, I dig the connecting covers. I can enjoy that for sure.
Ryan Sook.
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 Okay. New to me.
Jason Fabok. I got all of the lenticulars for this.
Oh yeah.
Those are awesome. Going at the same kind of like run here. This Joker cover is just sick.
It's hard to go wrong with a Joker cover, man. Those always come out looking cool.
Have you been reading Doomsday Clock?
I have not. I missed out on Doomsday Clock. I missed out on what was it? There was another run of like Watchmen DC stuff before that I missed out. I've really not caught up on any of that stuff. I was so behind on DC until Ryan started getting me into Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, and then I started getting into the Tom King Batman stuff.
Jeff Johns is my favorite writer of all time.
That's good. That's good taste.
His writing is just like, it feels like when you read him, it feels like you're the one that's writing your own story. Does that make sense?
That's a good way to describe it.
Okay. Couple Matina covers again. Flash 46.
Those Flash covers have been killer. Have you read the story? I was curious if this cover was any good.
Oh, dude. So the Flash War was amazing. But I don't know how many people feel this way. I'm actually a bigger Wally West fan, the OG Flash, than I am the Barry Allen. Yeah. Even though I love the Flash TV show. So I got a couple Marvel books here for you.
There you go.
Life of Captain Marvel #1.
You got Art Germ, baby.
Yep. I don't know who did this one.
I can't remember. It's that Battle Lines variant, but it was included in my top 4 covers from last year. I freaking love that cover. It's so underrated. Just yeah. I mean, honestly, if this is my vision of Green Lantern, that's my vision of Ghost Rider right there. It's just awesome.
It is. It really is. Though I'm not a fan of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I love Donny Cates. Cosmic Ghost Rider is not for everyone.
I didn't love the solo run. I loved him in the Thanos story, where he's a smaller character. I feel the same way about him as I feel about Wolverine, which is that I like him better as part of a group, a smaller piece in a bigger story, than I like him being the focus. But that's right.
I agree.
Yeah, there's another good Battle Lines cover.
Who did these?
I don't remember.
Art Germ one, but this is all he had as a variant. So
yeah, I bought the Art Germ one when that came out. I still think it's one of Art Germ's worst covers. So you're probably better off with the Battle Lines.
I don't know. I just thought it was sick. And I got 3 more here. Here, wait. Take the side of your mouth. That's it.
Hi.
She loves the attention. I'm gonna get a new camera as soon as I hit 100 subscribers. So, and I'll bring home some lighting kits.
I've been talking to a couple of guys who are upgrading their cameras, and I'm like, well, what do you want to sell me your old camera? How much for your old camera?
I'm going to get the Logitech HD camera for $50 off Amazon.
Yeah.
Sissy, can you not do that? Justice League 11. I got this right when Aquaman came out. Dude, have you seen Aquaman?
I have not. I'm not a big DC guy, so I've struggled with the movies. I usually end up seeing them on HBO or whatever. I finally got around to seeing Justice League like a couple months ago, and I was very glad I didn't go to the theater, obviously, for that one.
What?
Justice League is horrible. Oh, my God. It was painful.
No, it wasn't. I thought it was good. It wasn't good.
It wasn't Suicide Squad bad or anything.
Okay.
I just didn't like it.
I didn't like Avengers #2 of Ultron. I thought that.
Sure.
Okay, 2 more. TMNT Universe.
Ooh.
Huge Raph fan.
Of course. Who's not?
I mean, Raphael's got to be the greatest, and this is the subscription variant.
He's the entertainment for the whole crew. I love that guy.
He is. And then last one.
Michelangelo is a little too much for me.
I liked Michelangelo as a kid, just because
he's always the funny one. He entertains everybody, but like Raph is where it's at. He's got the heart and soul.
For sure. Okay, and then Jenny Friesen.
There's no bad Friesen covers.
Just none. She's amazing.
I just wish I have yet to have anybody tell me that Wonder Woman run is as good as her covers.
You know, the storyline that I read, I don't even remember the name of it, but it was pretty good. It was like 46 through 50, and like her brother becomes like a superhero too, and and they fight gods. It was,
and then she goes through the witching hour thing, or is that Justice League Dark?
Probably Justice League Dark. I don't know, but I thought it was good. But yeah, her cover's sick.
And her Instagram is really cool. She replies to people a lot and tags people a lot. And shows like the progress for the art from beginning to end, kind of what she does, which is really cool because she starts with a hand-drawn piece and then it moves into a computer piece. It's really cool.
I know those are cool. Losing some power here. That's okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man.
No problem, brother. I just got home and now I've got to help out with dinner and all that good stuff. But it was nice to show off a couple books that I just got and to chat with you in person finally.
I know, right? Well, let me show just 2 other books real quick.
Do it.
3 other books. So I finally made it to my LCS today because there's been bad weather. And so I got 4 books. I had to order one because it came out like a month ago. Finally came in for me. Power Rangers Soul of the Dragon. This is about the Green Ranger, but when he's older, obviously, because he's old here.
I was a little too old for Power Rangers when the show hit, and I never just got the bug. Whereas TMNT was like in my wheelhouse. Like I never got the love for Power Rangers. It just never clicked for me. So, but it looked cool. And they've been doing some really cool covers with like the helmets up close that have been wicked cool.
Yeah. So I was 5 years old when Power Rangers came out. So I was the perfect.
You're making me feel old right now. I'm just telling you.
That's in '93. I was 5. You saw the Harley Quinn cover, Harley Quinn 58.
Yeah, we were talking about that one earlier. Is that the B, right? The B cover?
Yes. I don't know who did this cover.
I don't either. I thought it was an Asian guy because it was like down their anime style. I can't remember.
Let me look. What does it say? Say it at the end. Oh, here we go. Derek Chu, the Chu cover.
Chu, okay. I don't know. I can't keep track of all these variant cover artists. Like some of them I get to know because I see enough of them, but other ones I just see 1 or 2, and I suck at keeping up with that stuff.
And then I missed this last week somehow. I don't know how. Flash Annual #2. Godspeed is back, which Godspeed's a sick character. So
that's the white guy in the white costume, right?
Yep. That's him right there. So
I've never been able to read enough of Flash. I got to start. Is there a good jumping on point for Flash? Like
that one I sent you. You should read that one.
Oh, okay, then that's where I'm going to start then.
You figure out. I'll just tell you before you read it because this guy, you'll see him in the very first issue that I sent you, and it's pretty easy to figure out who it is. And then I don't know if you read the White Knight. Batman White Knight series.
Yeah. That's a great story. Yeah.
He did this cover. This is Batman 64.
I just dropped something, but it's okay. It won't break. I bought that one, so I do have it. It's in my reading pile, which is ever growing.
Yeah, this is sick. So this is actually starting a 4-part series
with Flash, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to read this first because you're supposed to read this after the last Flash, and I didn't know that this even came out until I read the last Flash where it says, story continued in Flash Annual 2 and then Batman 64. I'm like, okay, well, I better buy this. So that's all I got. So I appreciate
Neil Borg's toys are on fire, says Biggie's Jack.
Neil Borg's toys.
Tattooed teens of Beverly Hills. VR troopers. You guys are a riot.
There was a lot. The 90s were awesome. The 90s really were.
There's a lot of good stuff floating around for sure.
When did you graduate high school, John?
96.
Okay, I was gonna say you look like a '90s guy.
Yeah, I was 96.
Okay, you're not gonna look older than me. I graduated in 2006, so.
Yeah, no. So like for me, the ones that I dug were Batman the Animated Series. The X-Men animated series was so cool, and there was even a Spider-Man that was not half bad around the same time. But those were the comic book ones. But when I was really little, it was all G.I. Joe and Transformers because that was the jam. I saw every episode of G.I. Joe. Like that was, I had all the toys. I still have some of the comic books, and they are just beat, like covers falling off, just wrecked. But those, yeah, we had all the toys. My mom recently moved out of her house and tried to like sell all the toys. I'm like, Mom, nobody's gonna want these things.
No,
destroyed. All the pieces are missing, rusted screws, and yeah.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers for me.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles was the end of my toy collecting like life because G.I. Joe had passed away and Transformers had gone out of phase, and all of a sudden TMNT hit, and I was into it for a bit, and then I aged out at the time right before Power Rangers really got on.
Cool. I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm sorry if the quality was terrible and
you fixed the sound has been perfect since I joined, so okay. I'm gonna just say I did it, but like
you fixed it, obviously,
right? So I totally did.
I appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks for the reminders too. For everybody who I sometimes struggle to keep up with watching stuff.
Right.
So if you want me to jump in your live stream, you can. It does not hurt my feelings at all if you're like, hey, just so you know, I'm going live, like a reminder, because I don't hit all the notification bells or my phone would be crazy.
Same.
I just try to like log in and see, oh, is anybody live right now? Or of course I check Discovery Bay's listings to know what's going on. But it never bothers me when someone drops me a line and lets me know, because like Caleb does it when he's, Murph, the Comics Murph does it. I totally appreciated that you said us something, because I instantly went on when I got home. I was like, hey,
I do that every time just so people know, because like you said, not everyone has the notification bells turned on. I have it turned on for you, Tom, Reggie, and like one or two others. So
and the same way, it's like Jeffrey and Bueller are mainly the only ones that I have them on for, and I just, but at the same time, Jeffrey always tells me when he's going on. Like Jeffrey's always like, "Hey, I'm gonna go live. Do you want to join me or whatever?" It's like, so it really helps because I struggle. Yeah, definitely big shout out to Discovery Bay. That guy is killing it, and I know he was only planning on doing it for a month, but now here we are, a week into February, and brother's still going. So
yeah, he's killing it. I love his animation too, with the stuff floating in and out. And
dude, it's so hard work putting that, even just like a 5-minute video together every day with that layout. You can't praise that guy enough. And once he hits 1,000 subs, and it'll happen, he'll beat me there for sure. I'm going to definitely be one of the first super chats that's thrown his way, because that brother needs it. Although he's got a Patreon, doesn't he, or something? Maybe I should just join his Patreon and give him a little love that way.
There you go. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on. I'm sorry we had some technical difficulties with getting the comic night on. I think it has to do with him being in Canada versus us great Americans here. Who knows? But I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate everyone for watching. Yeah, we'll have to do another one soon.
For sure.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks again, John.